Hi, Ben here from TaylorMade Designs, and in today's video we're going to be taking you through a bit of a follow-on from the posi-joist. Thank you sir, coffee. In so much as we're going to take you through trusses. We're going to tell you how they're made, the process of design, delivery, and if we hang around long enough on site we may even get to see a few being installed. So, we've had an inquiry in from a customer called Lee. He sent us in some plans for his attic trusses. The interesting thing about this actually is that the walls are already there in this case. It's a re-roof, so he wants attic trusses to replace what he's already got on site, creating well, what looks like another at least couple of bedrooms there. Open balcony with a gym up there. Wouldn't get a lot of use in my house.
Look at all this floor space. So much aerobics in here. So many activities.
So we've spoken to Lee, we've gone through some particulars of it, make sure that we know and understand what he's after and that Lee understands as a customer what we're going to price for him. And then we'll get cracking on with it. Right, so here we have the pretty much completed design. It's all in, we've got all the infill timbers where they need to be, the trusses where they need to be. But very, very importantly now, before we go any further, we're just going to want to have a little check on these and just make sure that we're getting the performance that we would expect and probably more so what the customer would expect. So let's have a little look here now. We're going to take this girder truss. We just want to make sure that this is performing well. Not only that it's performing well, that this girder truss next to a standalone single ply truss isn't so different in the deflections, such a differential deflection, that it would cause a maintenance issue going forward on site. Yeah, so our actual deflection here, that's looking pretty good indeed. That's our 2-ply, and we've got a deflection there of 7.83 millimeters. That's good. That's good and solid. But as I've just said, really we want to now make sure that we know what the truss next to it's doing, and it should be something quite similar. Yeah, that's it. That's a fraction more, but that's absolutely fine. That's exactly what we would expect to see. And then we now know that these trusses are all going to work together as a cohesive roof rather than a series of individual components. So, you may be wondering, what's an attic truss and why on earth would I want one? Well, we've just popped into the meeting room here to show you exactly why and what it is on our big TV. So, the first thing that you can probably see is all of this space inside here. Let's have a look around the other side so we can avoid that chimney, but as you can see as we spin round, we've got some dormer roofs in here which further increase that sort of usable space. There we go, look at that. Now I think in this particular project we've got an ensuite and a master bedroom. We've got a little gym sort of area behind where the stairs are coming up, which itself is sort of in this area here. We see we've got a gap for the stairs and there's a further bedroom up here. So really good use of space, really, really good additional space that we've created for the customer here. So why would you want one? Why wouldn't you want one? It's extra space, extra money, extra value. Extra space, let's just say again, extra space. I mean, this is an age we live in where space, let's face it, is at a premium. There we go, ladies and gentlemen, space. So we may have mentioned it in previous videos, but this factory was custom built for us nearly 2 years ago now. It's got all the latest equipment, including a couple of Hundegger saws, one of which is actually cutting our timbers for us now. We've got lasers, we've got all the latest production equipment in there that makes for very accurate trusses, which we'll show you now. Look at that beautiful cut. Once these are all cut and ready to go, they'll be wheeled around to one of the assembly areas, one of the truss presses, and we'll take you through that in a minute. But it's got to be said that around here, if you don't pull your socks up, you can't be a sawyer, okay? Now that our timbers are cut, it's round here to one of our setup tables, where one of our skilled assemblers is actually going to go through now, lay the timbers out. That's using the aid of our laser system, very high tech, very sort of state-of-the-art that. What happens, that shines from above, down onto the table, and that really speeds up the process, really speedy, really accurate, with the aid of a few dimensional checks as well from the guys. And then that's set up, that's ready, as we can see here now. We've laid one out, and the 35-ton press is just about to squish our connector plates together, making that a single truss rather than a series of timbers. Once the guys have finished off with their pressing, he'll get the press out of the way. They can then lift up that truss. That'll get neatly stacked onto a little pile here of trusses that have already been made. Once they're done, outside they'll get wheeled and that'll be then ready to get loaded onto the trailer for delivery. Right, so that's the trusses all made. The load has been put on the wagon, it's all been checked, it's delivered to site. So I think what we'll do, we'll pop out and see how the boys are getting along. So we've just arrived on site. The trusses have been here for a few days, so we'll see how they're looking. So we've just popped up on site. We won't spend many seconds here. We'll keep ourselves out of the way. These boys are hard at work. But I just wanted to come and show you an actual truss as it is in situation. You know, the real truss, and you can get a feeling for the size and the space involved. So we talked to you on the video that we've done recently about posi-joist and about how we get the ducts and the wires and everything that you're going to need for your mechanical heat recovery systems. But with an attic truss, you've got a big sort of ready-made void, if you like, right here. Perfect bit of a space for routing your duct runs and that sort of thing. Services, you know, your wiring, anything really that then you could just feed straight back in as and where required. So there you have it, folks. You've now seen how a truss is designed, cut and made, delivered, and actually you've had a sneak preview of what they look like going up on site. So there you go. So as usual, guys, if you've got any inquiries, any questions, any feedback, any ideas on the next video, then give us a shout on the details on the screen now, and we'll be happy to talk to you.